So, if you followed European news, you've probably been hearing about Turkey and Greece. Considering this is the Balkans, drama is no stranger to the peninsula. But what is actually going on here? Welcome to Explained, a series where I try to explain complex political issues that span for centuries, and in the meantime end up pissing off one group of people because I didn't tell the truth according to their version of Miroljub Petrovic from their country. Anyways, Turkey and Greece. On the surface, these two countries seem to be allies, being together in NATO and fighting the evils of communism throughout the 20th century. However, if you look closely, tensions between Greeks and Turks are nothing new. As of writing this on June 16, 2020, documents regarding a Turkish invasion into Greece and Armenia have been leaked. Which of course didn't sit well with Greece, as you know, a country was planning to roll in and invade you on the pretense of deterrence. Your enemies can't invade you if you invade them first, huh? However, as I mentioned this before, this isn't anything surprising. Throughout the 21st century, Turkey has constantly been pushing Greece's buttons. Constant airspace violations of Greek airspace and maritime borders are a daily occurrence in the Aegean. But to understand this conflict, we gotta go back in time, when Rome broke into two. Two countries were created. Western Rome, filled with degenerates and invading barbarians, and Eastern Rome, also known as Byzantium, filled with Greeks and invading Slavs. And things were great. Most of the Anatolian Peninsula belonged to the Greeks. Art, memes, riots, and all that good stuff was created. It was a jolly old time. But in the 12th century, some spastics from the Central Asian steppes, known as the Seljuk Turks, decided to hook up everything and take over Byzantium, which they did. Bit by bit, they took over parts of the Anatolian Peninsula and crossed the border faster than I can last in bed. Eventually, Byzantium was so weakened that in 1453, the Seljuk Turks, now known as the Ottomans, took over Constantinople, and Thanos stamped the empire out of existence. And this is where the tea gets hot, sis. During the times of the Ottomans, many Christians and non-Turks faced oppression from the Ottoman Empire. The most notable system that fucked up the Greeks and friends was the devshirme system, also known as the blood tax, where the empire would take Christian boys from the Balkans and move them to Anatolia, where they would be converted to Islam and trained to become an elite group of soldiers known as the Janissaries, who then would be later utilized to conquer and subjugate their own in future conquests. There was also the jizya, which is not as dirty as it sounds, but rather an extra tax placed on Christians, which was essentially a tax for not being Muslim. And if you were disloyal to the empire and Christian, your form of punishment would be to become a living, breathing human shish kebab, where you would have a 2-meter stake put up through your anus and be pushed through your mouth or your back, avoiding all of your vital organs, and then be planted in the field alongside other bastards to rot until you die from dehydration or exposure or whatever the f gets you first. And as you can imagine, this did not sit well with the Greeks, nor with any other of the Balkan inhabitants. So they revolted, and revolted, and revolted, and eventually in the 19th century, they got their independence. But this Greek state was way too small. So in the Balkan Wars and World War I, Greece took some more territory from Turkey, and even had some in Anatolia, which then sparked another war between Greece and Turkey, where Turkey kicked out Greece from Anatolia. After the war, Greece and Turkey had a population exchange based on ethnic lines, because you know, we don't do that multiculturalism BS in the Balkans. Oh no! However, things started to look better after 1930. During Germany's Second World Tour, Turkey provided humanitarian aid to Greece while they were kicking some Italian ass. And after the Cold War, both countries joined NATO, as I mentioned earlier in this video. But then everything changed when Cyprus attacked. In 1960, Britain finally f***ed off from Cyprus and decided to give them independence. But the problem was the island was divided between Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots that came in during the Ottoman times. Naturally, after granting Cyprus independence, Greece decided to move in and take control of the island through some good old coup d'etat, which didn't sit well with Turkey, so they decided to do a good old naval invasion. It escalated to the point that the UN got called in and had to divide the country. And to this day, much like Kosovo, the Cyprus question lies unsolved, with Northern Cyprus claiming to be their own republic, only recognized by Turkey, and Southern Cyprus claiming the entire island as one nation. Today, there are constantly minor squabbles between Greece and Turkey between borders. Earlier this year, there was a crisis between the Greeco-Turkish border over the whole migrant situation. Turkey decided to have a blast in Idlib, Syria, get it? Blast, which then sparked a new migration wave, and Turkey decided to no longer hold anyone back, and loaded up people onto buses and sent them straight to Europe, where Greece decided to remind everyone that illegally crossing a border is, well, illegal, and shots were fired. Later on in the year, Turkey invaded Greece and occupied a small patch of land near the river Evros, and there have been airspace and maritime violations in the meantime. And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Greece and Turkey? Have you been there? Do you plan on going? Do you want to see the Ottoman or the Byzantine Empire again? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Nick, and you've watched Living Around a Clean Europe.
Jednog grba Kamila odmah se pomama.